When Jeannie opens the back door to walk out, I'm laying on my back, and I say, what did I say? I'm J.E. Sutton Jr.
And I'm Jeannie.
This is the Co-Authored Life,
where we discuss what's happening in our lives.
This week, we're going to talk about NFL training camp with the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Duval!
We're also going to talk about our staycation. We'll give you more information about that. And we're going to finish up with what's not officially what's for dinner, because we don't do those segments anymore. But we're going to talk about a dinner we just had, food in general.
We're also going to throw in some pages in process.
Oh, we got some pages in process going on too. So we have a bunch of stuff. Let's get right to it and talk about training camp with the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Yeah. So yesterday morning, we woke up early and headed over to the Miller Training Center. Is that the official word? Miller Electric Training Center?
Miller Electric Training Center.
Yeah.
Yes.
What a great facility.
The facility is great. The parking and traffic enforcement was ridiculous.
Yes, it truly was.
It was horrible. Definitely preseason form. Traffic lined up in 4 different directions, I believe, trying to get into one parking lot with absolutely no enforcement, nobody directing traffic at all. Terrible. However,
well, they did have what are those things called? I am totally not prepared for this week's podcast. Oh, they're called golf carts.
Oh, yeah.
And so they had golf cart shuttles from the Z lot to the Miller Center, and we're shuttling people. But the traffic was pretty much a nightmare. But beyond that, so we finally got to the center, and it was supposed to start at 8:30, but they got kind of a late start, didn't they?
Well, the problem with these events is sometimes you get a schedule, you get the player's schedule, but the fan schedule can be a little bit different. So they did start at 8:30, but the first 2 sessions they did were inside.
Oh.
So they did a stretching session and an initial walkthrough that was inside the Miller Electric Center.
I want to see football players stretching.
Well, they just didn't do that. They didn't do that outside. And then, so we were there for almost an hour before it. It was about 20 minutes. It's about 20 minutes before they finally came out. And so they finally came out. And if you've never been to an NFL training camp, we'll give you just a little flavor of what you see.
Flavor Flav.
Yeah. So they did their first 5 periods, and they're timed different lengths. These were all 5 minutes apiece. So the first 25 minutes were individual group drills, and that's where individual groups of players, running backs, wide receivers, tight ends, linebackers, things like that, offensive line, are together, and they're running drills themselves.
Right.
So it's not game-like.
It's not exciting.
It's not exciting, but
it is exciting.
But you see fun stuff. You see athletic ability. See players, running in these tight obstacle courses. At one point, they had the receivers running this back and forth zigzag obstacle course, and then at the end they would throw them a pass. They would catch it. They would run off. You would get to see how different players ran that drill. They're all running the same thing, but some of them are a lot faster. Some of them turn a lot in a lot tighter turning radius than others. So you see different things. I mean, you see the quarterbacks throwing the ball and things like that.
Right.
The punt return drills they were doing at one end, where they would shoot the ball like a punt to a player.
Somebody was actually punting it.
Yeah, at one point they were using a machine at one point too.
Oh, I didn't see that.
Yeah, they were using a machine one too. But one player would catch the ball from one side of the field. Another player from the other side of the field would run in front of him doing the blocking drill.
Right.
He would follow him, following his block. So there was interesting things.
So this is the first week of training camp, correct?
This happened on Friday. Today we're filming this on Saturday. So this was on Friday. That was their 3rd day of practice. Wednesday was their first day.
And what did you call it? An underwear training?
Underwear practice. That's because they were in shorts and T-shirts. They're not wearing any sort of pads or protections. They were wearing helmets
Well, don't you think they kind of have to?
They do if they're going to do the team drills. If they're just doing individual drills, they don't always necessarily wear helmets.
Oh, really?
They do wear helmets when if they're doing a walkthrough, for instance, and there's no contact. But in team drills and when they're activity like that, they're running and jumping and falling down. They have to protect their heads. So yeah, they were wearing helmets. There's no contact though, as the Jaguar announcer told us. They have to remind the players of that sometimes because they sort of get lost in the moment. And
it's practice.
Yeah, it's surprising.
Day 3 of practice.
Day 3 of practice. Calm down. Calm down. You can't tackle anybody. You can't be making hits. You shouldn't be doing dangerous things with your body. You shouldn't be diving unnaturally because you can get hurt because you're not protected. So, excuse me. That was what we did. So we watched some team drills where they're running plays or passing plays as a team. What they call 11-on-11 drills.
It was interesting. It was fun. JP Shatterick was emceeing it, and of course Jacksonville was there, and it was cute. Before the players came out, he was throwing the football to kids, and
but he could get it into the stands.
Yeah, finally you saw him. He finally granny tossed it up to our level,
right? And
that, of course, made the little kid near us just totally ecstatic. Like,
yeah, he got to play catch with Jacksonville.
Yeah.
So we went out. We went and bought some.
Got some new swag.
Bought a polo, and Jeannie bought a
football by football.
So it's a football jersey, European style jersey, kit.
Yeah.
And but it's Jaguar colors and Jaguar.
I love it.
It's pretty cool. It's pretty amazing. So.
I'm surprised you didn't get one.
I don't wear those kinds of shirts. I'm really not a big fan of them. So I don't know when I would wear them.
To a game?
Maybe. But I already bought the other one, and I didn't want to buy two of them. So I really like the polo though, because I like wearing polos during the season. I can wear those to work or wherever. And that's a really nice polo with a nice little design on it. So it'll go into my rotation. Just what I need, another polo in the overflowing wardrobe that I already have of polos.
Yeah, we really do need to go through that.
And then we didn't stay for the whole practice. We were there for a couple of hours.
It was starting to get hot. When we first got there, really, the weather was perfect. It was mild. The heat hadn't built up yet. It wasn't very humid, but as we sat there, the sun started to beat down on us, and
it got.
And when we went down below, they had, they have a concession stand. They had a little grab and go market,
right,
and of course the pro shop. And bathrooms that were way too hot.
Oh yeah, the bathrooms were a little.
Was it the men's was hot too? Yeah. But the facilities are clean and nice. They're just not air conditioned.
It's a really nice training facility. They used to do them outdoors with these little, just sort of your standard outdoor bench bleachers with no sort of cover and no cooling. But when they built. 3 or 4 years ago, they built the Miller Electric Center, and it's a really nice center. The fan area is, it's built up so you can see the whole field. It has this whole row, these giant overhead fans that rotate the whole time that just push this very cool breeze at you, and it's all covered so you don't get the sun. We got the sun in our face for the first half hour or so until it rose above.
That's why Jerry's face is all pink.
That's why I have a little sun. That and where we're at, which we'll get to in the next segment.
We don't have segments.
We do have segments. We just don't have the segments we had before. We have little bit pieces. Anyway, we'll get to that in a minute.
Yeah.
Anything else about the Jaguars? We're looking forward to the season, but
we drove around the stadium to just kind of figure out, why don't we have our really good parking anymore? And now we know why, because it is a big construction zone.
Yeah. So the Jaguars are in year 3 of a 4-year rebuild of their entire stadium. So this year they are operating at a reduced capacity. Basically, only the lower bowl will be used this year. The upper decks, which when we passed by, we could see they had taken all the seating out of there.
It looked weird.
It did look weird with no seating up there. So they're in the midst of rebuilding the entire stadium. And this year they're reduced capacity. Next year they're playing out of town for a year. They're playing in Orlando for the 2027 28 season. And then in 2028, it'll be back in Jacksonville with the grand opening of the Stadium of the Future.
Yeah.
Which is supposed to be really, really nice, wider concourses, and
and the 904 Ever area, which Jerry didn't want to be a part of. Basically, you could buy a safety deposit box or a vault, and you can put anything you want in there, including your remains.
Yeah, I don't need my remains to be at.
It'd be a really good, if we bought that, then we'd know where we were going. No?
I don't need my remains at the Jaguar Stadium, which could be relocated at some point, and then they have to
that's true.
dump us in a landfill.
Well, maybe though, because it is a sacred cemetery, they couldn't do that.
Maybe that's why they're doing it.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Maybe.
But they're supposed to have a cover over the top that's going to reduce the temperature by as much as 20 degrees.
I believe so.
So it's
also,
good.
Also supposed to kind of the sun. It's supposed to be UV.
Yeah, so
protective.
the sun can get through. You get light through it, but not the UV and not the heat buildup that you get.
Yeah.
Without a cover, so it's supposed to be good. Although the big controversy right now is, as it stands now, they're supposed to be playing on artificial turf in the new stadium, but nobody's really fond of that idea. So they're still talking about what they're going to do about that.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, because the UV rays can't get through, you can't grow grass under that cover.
I just read this article about I think it was a pitch somewhere in overseas where they lower the pitch and have grow lights.
Yeah, that's one of the ways to do it. There are other ways to do it, but and they just did this in the U.S. for the World Cup, because every single stadium in the FIFA World Cup had to be natural grass. That was a requirement. And some of those stadiums were not natural grass. They had artificial turf. So what they did is they brought in natural grass, put on top of it. The challenge for that is that does not last for the entire football season. You'd have to replace it twice during the football season, apparently. So there's a lot of controversy and talk about what they're going to do. Nobody's a big fan of artificial turf in Jacksonville. Football should be played on grass.
From a marching band person, it's so much better on grass than artificial turf. The turf is hard on your legs.
Yeah, and that's the football players agree with that, and injury statistics would back that up.
Yeah.
So let's hope that they resolve that and they can do natural grass in the stadium. But it's more expensive doing it that way, so they'll have to work on it. So, but we're looking forward to it. It's going to be a crazy season though, with all the construction going on, because it's still going to be an active construction zone throughout the year. There's scaffolding everywhere as they're building up this the superstructure to hold this roof that they're putting on there. Plus, they're expanding areas, building their grand staircases. There's 4 of them. Is that right?
Each corner.
Four of them, one in each corner. So it's going to be an amazing stadium when it's finished in 2028. But this coming year, is going to be a bit of a challenge.
Yeah, a little worried.
Yeah.
But speaking of challenges, it's not really a challenge. As you can tell, we are not in our usual spot. We are on staycation here at Jacksonville Beach because it was close and there's an ocean.
Yeah. So this year's summer, well, usually we go away on vacation in the summer. Usually not very far away, but we've done places like Charlotte and Panama Beach and
Charlotte.
No, we did that we did that. Yeah, we did
Charleston.
Yeah, Charleston, not Charlotte. Charleston. We did Charleston for Fourth of July one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we did Panama beach for 4th of July.
And we've done Jekyll Island. We do that a lot. We've done some other sort of places like that too. But this year, a number of things interfered with that schedule, including getting some repairs to the house.
Yeah.
And so we weren't able to get away until this weekend, which is the final weekend that Jeannie has before going back to school next week.
Yeah. Teachers start Monday, but I don't start till Thursday.
So we are at Margaritaville at Jacksonville Beach, which neither one of us had ever stayed here.
Oh.
And it's pretty cool so far.
Yeah.
It's a really nice property. It's right on the beach. You can't really see it, although you might be able to see a little bit of it if I turn the camera, but apparently you can't.
I didn't see anything.
So we're at Margaritaville. First off, we had to start with a little disaster at the house.
Oh, you're going to talk about that.
I'm going to talk about it. So rushing around getting ready to leave on Friday afternoon. We're loading the car, and I grabbed Jeannie's roller bag and was pulling it down the stairs. It's not a great idea, by the way. You should lift it and carry it down.
It's one of those Hulking bags, so it's not. It's just
so
4 wheels.
As I'm pulling it down the stairs, it hits the back of my leg, it trips me up, and down I go. And so I hit the ground and luckily rolled.
Yeah.
So I didn't seriously injure anything, but both my knees are all scraped up. So when Jeannie opens the back door to walk out, I'm laying on my back, looking up, and I say, what did I say?
I said, what did you say?
I said, well, that was fun.
Oh, yeah. Well, that was fun. And I was like, instant crying, bawling, sobbing. Oh, my God, we're not going to go. You're hurt.
So first I had to get up off the ground, which
was a challenge.
It's a little bit of a challenge because I was in pain. It's a pain. But I got upright. Jeannie went to the car. I went into the house to clean up my scrapes and put Band-Aids on. And then I got in the car. She's texting me, I'm just going to cancel. Luckily, I didn't see that. I got in the car. She's having a full-on meltdown, which is what she does anyway, by the way. I panic before or during an event. Jeannie panics after everything's over.
Right.
So she's having a full-on meltdown. It's a disaster. You're going to be in pain. We can't go. You won't be able to go swimming. We're fine.
Yeah.
My knees are a little scraped up. We went.
They're a lot scraped up.
They're a little scraped up.
They're a lot scraped up.
But
so our back driveway, and there's a big area that's all pavers. So when you go down, you're just going to
be scraped up.
Yeah.
But I didn't get scraped up anywhere else. None of my arms or legs. It's just my knees where I hit. Like I said, I did roll, so I protected myself. I didn't break any arms or
hips
or, I don't have any bruises anywhere else. So everything is
so good. Yeah. So that happened, and then we drove out here.
We drove to the beach, which is only about a 40-minute drive from our house.
Yeah.
And we got checked in. Jeannie's all worried about whether or not we're going to be able to get the bags in because...
You noticed I carried my backpack.
You did carry your backpack. But we got everything in. It was good.
Yeah.
And so we are here for 3 days. And...
the room is huge. There's a seating area. It's a suite. But there are weird things about this room. The closet is like...
You're not going to be... you can't see that.
Yeah. The closet is like... Well, here. Let's just see. So here's the sitting area. I mean, it's kind of nice. People are going to be like, whoa. But okay, maybe we don't do that anymore.
Here's what we'll do.
So
Jeannie will put some photographs up, maybe,
or maybe she won't.
Maybe she'll do a collage of photos of the room.
Or maybe she won't. But anyway, so the closet is huge. It's like an office.
Yeah, there's a walk-in closet.
Yeah, it's got to be like 8 feet by 10 feet.
Yeah, I think it's probably a 10 by 10 room, but no, it's a little rectangular, so it might be 8 by 10. But
it's huge.
It's huge,
and it's just a waste of space.
Yeah, it's just probably how they fit these corner rooms together because there's
And then in the bathroom. So there's this beautiful ranch style walk-in shower
right.
with no place to hang your towel when you get out of the shower.
Right. The hooks are across the room,
So there's
across
a
the doorway.
barn door,
Yeah.
and it's on the opposite side of the barn door.
I've never seen a bathroom with there were no towel hooks near the shower. So you literally have to walk across the bathroom, dripping wet and naked, to get your towel.
I put mine at just on the floor and picked it up and toweled off. But
and so it is a little bit of an interesting space, but overall the room's very nice and
the property is nice. It's clean.
Nice. We went down this. Well, we're going to tell a story about this morning after breakfast. But after breakfast, we came down and we went down to the pool. Had some swim time, which was really fun.
We were pooling.
I got my new bathing suit out that I just bought, and everything worked out perfectly. Jeannie has some challenges with bathing suits. Some didn't fit, but she got one that did fit, and she stayed inside of it. Everything's good.
And it's not that they were too small; they were too large, and things were flying out. And I didn't think that would be appropriate.
This is a family establishment. We didn't.
Well, I don't know that it is, but
well, there were kids at the pool. So.
Yeah, there were.
So anyway, but this morning we wouldn't tell the story.
Too late, Ethel.
It's already been moved. So, and if you understand that reference, let us know in the comments. That'll date you. But so we did want to tell the story this morning. So on the last week, as we were planning this trip, and on the way this trip, Jeannie had this restaurant that she wanted to go for breakfast. I'll let her tell you about the restaurant.
So it's called Egg Boy. It's apparently supposed to be these really, really good breakfast sandwiches. And I'm like, okay, cool. We can go to Egg Boy. We'll get up and go. And so we get up and we put it into the GPS and we go there. And it's about 7:40 when we arrived. Right. They opened at 7.
Yes.
Get out of the car, look over.
There's a
big sign
on the door
in handwriting, closed till 8:30. And I'm like, she's like, I don't really want to wait 40 minutes. I didn't want to either.
No. And so as we're there and we're thinking about where to go, they're getting deliveries.
Yeah.
So apparently they were out of supplies, which is why they were closed. That's not great service, by the way. Just saying.
No.
Makes you kind of wonder what's going on there. But so we did not get to eat at Egg Boy. Instead, we did a search of restaurants in the area. And we do this on vacation, and it works for us.
It does.
It really works for us. We did it in
Charleston, not Charlotte.
Charleston, where we were we were on standby for some restaurant. It was going to take hours and hours and hours. We finally said, we just looked for something else. And we ended up in this fantastic restaurant.
The Peninsula.
Yeah, the Peninsula. So today, Jeannie just looked on her phone for breakfast restaurants like mine. She found a restaurant called the Toasted Yolk.
Yep, the Toasted Yolk.
And
they won Best in Jackson 2025. And it was delicious.
It was very good. Service was great. I mean, it's just a little diner place, but it's a cool decor. They serve breakfast all day long.
Mm-hmm.
They have a full bar apparently. Mm-hmm. They have a big sign a little sign that says it's never too early to get toasted.
Yeah, it's cute.
So it was a very good experience that we didn't expect to have because we thought we were going to eat at Egg Boy. We're going to try to eat at Egg Boy tomorrow. We'll give them one more chance, and then you're out of there.
Yeah, because there was another breakfast restaurant, I think. That Toasted Yolk had a 4.9, and I can see why, because the food was delicious.
Very good. Yeah.
I'm on a protein journey because that's what apparently I need to do. Anyway, 4 egg omelet.
4 egg omelet. So your protein count is pretty high already today, right?
I don't really know. I really haven't. It'll be fine.
It was really great experience. We expected a little bit of a problem because we couldn't get into the restaurant, but it all worked out, which tends to happen.
Yeah.
We've had 2 other meals in the restaurant here in Margaritaville, Landshark.
They were great.
They were fantastic, and I apparently love Landshark beer. Landshark Lager, which I wasn't even going to get. I was going to be safe and get Michelob Ultra or something. And Jeannie's like, get the Landshark, because that is the restaurant.
I like Landshark beer.
So
I miss beer.
I got I got Landshark beer last night, and it was really, really good. And so I had another glass today at lunch. Jeannie last night had the Landshark burger, which I had for lunch today. It is a fantastic burger, but their pickles are weird. I don't know
They
why
are.
pickles
They're
are
so
like
weird.
garlicky or something. I don't know what they're doing with those pickles, but they're not good. I
Yeah.
had the fish and chips last night, which was really, really delicious.
Yeah.
So,
And then today I had the roasted turkey club, but not club style, just on a bun because gluten free. But yeah,
but that's a good story in and of itself, because Jeannie referred to this. She called it a milkshake moment this morning, which is a book. And you can look up the author. I cannot remember his name. He was a keynote speaker at a conference that I attended a few years ago. But he talked about milkshake moments for businesses. And those are situations where businesses let system limitations or traditional limitations interfere with servicing the customer.
right.
And in his example, he ordered a milkshake from the restaurant, and at the hotel he was at, they don't have milkshakes. So he asked them, well, do you have ice cream? Oh, yeah, we have ice cream. Do you have milk? Yeah. Do you have a spoon? Yeah. Do you have a tall glass? Yeah. So I'd bring all that to the room. And so they did, and he made his own milkshake.
Yeah.
And his point was then you have all of the stuff. You can make this a milkshake for your customers, and they'll be perfectly happy with it, and even happier because you don't have it on the menu, but you can make do, you can improvise and do it. So Jeannie asked them to customize the sandwich with a bun that does not usually come on the sandwich.
Right.
There's nothing preventing them from putting it on the sandwich.
Right. So last night when we went to dinner, I asked about gluten free, and they gave me a gluten free menu. And so I took a picture of it, and I thought I'm just going to do that because it'll be easier. I won't have to re-explain this every time. And they have buns for burgers, and they had a bunch of other things that were traditionally gluten free. But the club sandwich wasn't one of them. And I'm like, I'm just going to ask them today if they can do that. And the first response was, well, I don't even know if we have gluten-free buns. I'm like, well, you had them last night. Oh, okay.
So kudos to him. He's a great server. So he hears the customer say, I had a bun here last night. That's all it took for him. Is like, if you had it here last night, I'll go make it happen. And that's exactly what he did.
So I had a
good server.
Roasted turkey club sandwich on a gluten-free bun, and it was good. It was exactly what I had been wanting. Simple, yummy food.
The chips,
Yeah.
should have gone with the French fries instead
Yeah.
of the chips. The chips weren't really great, but
I didn't really need the chips anyway.
Yeah, and neither one of us needed the French fries. So far, excellent.
The pool was nice.
The pool was very nice. Wasn't all crowded. It's a really nice pool with this really nice waterfall effect that they have. That's really good. It's also a place, because it's an overhang where the water comes off, that the sun stays behind it, so you get a little shade there. So it was pretty cool.
So that's why the different decor.
Yes,
staycation.
Because we're in the room at Margaritaville, Jacksonville Beach for a few days. We figured we would just go ahead and film the episode here instead of waiting until Monday when we got back. And so hopefully it'll turn out well. We're not in our usual environment. We're using different equipment in certain places. I can't even manage to operate the right camera. So
cool.
So we're sort of all over the place. Did a little impromptu set decoration.
Yeah. Kind of a processes. So let's kind of talk about other processes that we've been doing.
Yeah.
I have started my read through of Occlusion Point. I don't really remember it starting out that way, and we'll discuss it more later, but
I don't think I've fundamentally changed that between the first and second drafts. I've added a few scenes here and there, but that's fundamentally the same. Later, I did make some structural
I guess
changes.
because later the pace picks up so much.
Yeah, it's a little slower in the beginning.
Yeah.
So we're getting to know the characters.
Yeah.
Setting everything up. It starts to move pretty fast.
And that's the problem as a line editor and then developmental editor, and that is that you see it so many times,
right,
that you forget about the world building.
Right. And then it happens when you're writing it too, but because the process takes so long. When I went back and reread the edit, the first draft, all the way through to do the second draft, there were things I had forgotten about. There were things that I was like, oh, I forgot I wrote that. And there were things I'm like, that doesn't work because of things I said later. I gotta fix all that.
Yeah.
At one point later in the book, you'll get to it, but at one point I had a scene where they went through this elaborate process of making coffee and then nobody actually drank any coffee. So I had to fix that up
In what book?
in this one.
Coffee. She doesn't. We've talked about this before.
Yeah. So there was also some craziness with the meal that they have in that early chapter that I had to fix.
I don't think I've got.
Oh, you haven't gotten there yet. It's after it's after the first day
back at her office.
At
Yeah.
her office. Yeah. So there was a whole meal that they prepared, and then they're eating it. That we really don't.
I thought they went on a date.
They do that later.
Oh.
They eat a lot.
As do everybody.
Yeah. There's a lot of eating in my books. Anyway, so you're reading through that now in preparation for our chapter by chapter read along, which we'll do as a final edit.
Probably.
Hopefully getting done before the end of September, because the book is scheduled to be released in October.
Yeah, I'm hoping to get through this book in the next week, and then we can start the
read through. It usually takes us about a month to get through. This book's a little longer than the other books, not a lot longer. It's a little longer than the first two books. But we'll see how long it takes us. Usually takes us about a night per chapter.
Your first couple chapters, though, are short.
Yeah.
So we can do a couple chapters at a time. Other things that are happening is that we've been trying to mix it up with our meals lately, and we keep wanting to add more fish to our diet just because we know it's healthy for us. And Jerry has been talking about catfish for practically a month now.
Well, because we went to this fish market. We'd heard all these great things about this fish market. We went out to the fish market and I saw what I thought was catfish. I was so excited we're going to get catfish. It turned out that it was cod.
Yeah.
Just poorly formed letters. It actually looked like cad when you looked at it.
Cadfish. What's that?
What is that?
Cad.
Yeah. But we didn't get the catfish. So we were at the store the other day and they had catfish, really big catfish fillets. So we got one, and even that was too much for the two of us to split. But I cooked a blackened catfish with Cajun spices. Went a little overboard with the cayenne pepper.
It was so hot that the fire alarm went off.
Well, that was because I got the fish too hot. But with that, I fixed my. Was that the night we had the rice?
Yeah.
Yeah, we had garlic butter rice, which is one of my favorite dishes to make. It's been featured in the Alan Harrison and Layla books. It's
an asparagus, right?
An asparagus, yep. So garlic rice and asparagus. It was a really, really big meal for us. We don't usually eat that big.
Because it was a little over a pound fish.
Right.
And Jerry just cut it in half.
Right.
And
it was a half pound of fish, really thick in some areas.
It was like 7 ounces.
Yeah.
And it was a lot.
It's a lot of fish.
It was so good.
A half a cup of the garlic butter rice, and then a whole package of asparagus. It was a big meal.
It was.
But it was delicious. It was a little spicy. But it went well. I would do it again. I'd probably cut back a little bit on the cayenne pepper.
Not spicy 3?
Not spicy 3. Maybe do spicy 1. But we're not big spice eaters anyway.
Every time we go to the Thai place, they're like, you want spicy 3? We're like, no. Spicy 1?
Spicy 1, please.
And 3 is like 1 to 5. And I'm thinking 3 has got to be, right?
Yeah, I went to an Indian restaurant once with a friend of mine who was from India, and they asked us about the spice, and we told them, and they asked him, and he said, I don't want the spice level that you offer everybody else. I want the native. The chef's native spice menu, which apparently is twice as much as everybody else gets. So his was incredibly spicy.
Did you eat the same level?
No, but it's what they served.
Samir?
Hmm? No, it was sat. Yeah, it was sat. So that was years and years ago. But so they had a different level that they served to the
Right.
Indian natives who would go there on the weekend, which is a completely different rating system than
Than
what they get
the American.
the Americans.
Yeah.
So what else we got going on?
I think that's about it. I was trying to think. We also went to an Ecuadorian place called Chancho King.
Yes, Chancho King.
Different. I don't know what I was expecting. It was very, very good.
Food was good.
The service was
okay. The biggest problem with the service is they serve the dishes as they prepare them. I do not like that service. When I go to dinner with friends, everybody should get their meal at the same time.
Yeah.
It's awkward. It's very, very difficult to manage that when you're with a group.
And I could get it if you bring out the plates, one right after another, but it was a good 5-10 minute wait.
Yeah, it was 5-minute wait because what we were doing is they were cooking like dishes together. So when they brought out my meal and they brought out a meal for another table, which was the same thing that I ordered. They were cooking them together.
Right.
I get why that works for them in the kitchen. It does not work for the customers though, because Jeannie gets her meal, is sitting there cooling off. Either she has to eat it and get done early and wait for me to finish, or she has to wait to start.
Right.
Just looking at her food. It's not a great experience. I've never been happy with restaurants who do that.
But try out Chancho King. It's very good. It's delicious.
Good. Yep.
It's different, but not a bad different.
No.
Just a different.
Nope. Yeah. That's the first time I think we've eaten Ecuadorian food.
Yeah.
But it was good. It was good. I had steak, and it was a sliced ribeye.
Yeah.
And some
cheesy pesto
noodles.
Yeah.
It was really, really good. It was really cheesy. Jeannie had
yapingachos.
Okay.
Which are cheesy potato cakes.
There you go.
With grilled chicken and rice and peanut sauce and avocado. It was really good.
So,
really, really good.
Ecuadorian cuisine, give it a try. It's Chancho King?
Chancho King.
Chancho King. And we'll have links.
It's in Murray Hill.
And we'll have links to the restaurants.
And if you're coming to Jacksonville Beach, I would suggest checking out Margaritaville.
Yeah, it's a very nice property. It's really nice. Like I said, the rooms are good, even with the little bit of weirdness with spacing with these corner rooms. But I mean, they're big rooms. They're a big suite, and they wrap around the edge of the building. So they have to find something to do with all that space.
Okay.
I'm defending them.
Yeah.
They could have done some other things. The only thing I will ding on the giant closet. That's just fine. It's just
weird.
The bathroom with no hooks on the wall. That's just.
And oh my gosh, the toilet paper was under. What is that? How insane of a housekeeper do you have to be to put it under?
Here we go.
And you do it over, and then you do the cute little fold.
Look, I agree. I want to tell you that
I know I'm a hard customer.
When Jeannie and I were first getting to know each other, and we went through this little exercise where we talked about relationship things, right? And looking for deal breakers, right? And one of the things we talked about was the toilet paper roll, over or under. Luckily, I did not get that question wrong, or I wouldn't be sitting here. There'd be somebody else sitting here.
No, we could have changed that. That's an easy change. But it's definitely over. Come at me. See what happens.
I agree that it is.
I think that's it for tonight.
Okay, so that's it from Margaritaville. We'll put up links to all the things we talked about. And I'll try to talk Jeannie into those pictures of the room and the property. We'll see what she says.
That means I actually have to take them because I haven't taken any pictures of the room.
I'll take some pictures while you're doing it.
Okay. Cool.
We'll go through all that. We hope you enjoyed this week's episode, and we'll see you again next week, where it will be Jeannie's first day back at school. Actually, you won't have actually had any students yet. You'll be back at school, but you won't have had students yet.
Yeah, and that's a whole other thing.
So we'll talk about that next week, about her whole adventure over the summer, back and forth between different locations. We'll talk about that next week. So tune in next week, same time, same bat channel next week We're going to talk about that. All right, bat. See, bat. So thanks for watching. So remember to subscribe. There'll be a link up here somewhere.
Like, subscribe, share, tell your friends, tell your family, tell everybody you know.
Right. Share it. Talk about it. Shout it from the rooftops. All right. Here's what I'm getting.
Actually, I didn't do that.
She did.
Okay.
All right. We'll go. See you later, folks.